Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about, but also bitching and griping about something that has been grinding my gears recently, and that is convenience stores. What the fuck are convenience stores? Well, the long and short of it is they're miniature condensed grocery stores. That's essentially what they are. They're called convenience stores because you have the convenience of running, grab a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, a couple of candy bars, a tall boy of beer, and a 20 ounce of Coke, and you go home. And you got your, sustenance for the day or two or three or a week. Maybe you get some potato chips or some beef jerky or some donuts or whatever. But the point is, the whole idea of a convenience store is the checker's right there at the front door. You walk in, grab a few things, whatever you can carry in your arms, walk up to the counter, scan it, put it in a bag, pay for it, and walk out. Quick and easy. Unlike going to a grocery store, where you gotta walk around with a shopping cart, bumping into people and avoiding people, and dodging people, and standing in line with more people, you can get in and out of a convenience store relatively easy without even knowing there's another person on this planet. Yeah, they're in the store too, but they're minding their own goddamn business in the convenience store. Because a lot of times they're buying like condoms and beer and stuff they don't want you to really commentate on. So, that's essentially what a convenience store is. Now, there are, especially in the bigger cities, standalone convenience stores. Some of your mid-sized cities have liquor stores that kind of fill the role of a convenience store, more or less. And then your vast majority of your cities, your small towns to your mid-sized towns, 400 or 500 people up to about 20, 30, 50,000 people, give or take. Most of these, your convenience store is going to be inside a gas station. Likewise, the vast majority of your gas stations that aren't truck stops, which we've already talked about, or travel centers, which I've already talked about, are going to be convenience stores. Now, I say the vast majority of them. Not 100% of them. There are still gas stations out there that literally pump gas and do nothing else. And I mean nothing else. I've been to them. They're in Kansas. Stay away from Kansas if you want to preserve your sanity, please and thank you. No offense to any poor sap that, unfortunately, for whatever reason, lives in Kansas and can't get out. My condolences. I apologize for being outside of Kansas when you're trapped there. In this scenario, most of your typical convenience store is you got the gas pumps, you got the little island with your gas pumps out front. And they usually serve a combination of unleaded and diesel gas. Some of them might serve biodiesels or ethanol or some combination of the bunch. But for the most part, it's unleaded gas or diesel. Those are your choices. Inside, the vast majority of your convenience stores that are inside gas stations are not necessarily full-fledged convenience stores or even full-fledged miniature grocery stores. They're not general stores like a typical convenience store is. Your gas station convenience store is going to have pop coolers lining the wall filled with pops and energy drinks and milk and juice and Gatorades and beers and miles of beers. If your local convenience store has 12 coolers, 8 of them are beer. That's just a fact. Now, then you have the little ice cream cooler freezer thing that sells, a very basic assortment of single-serving ice creams, usually like ice cream sandwiches or single-serve ice cream cones or ice cream pops, things like that. And then you have the little the little kiosk thing, the little frozen food section where you can get a frozen pizza or a frozen burrito. By the way, convenience store burritos are God's gift to humanity. Even though they are rubbish, they're delicious at the same time. I don't know how it works. I could go for a frozen gas station burrito right now, but I won't. I ain't got the money. Plus, I got other food to eat, so not a necessity. And then the shelves are typically lined as follows. You'll have one shelf devoted to your Frito-Lays, and on the end cap, you'll probably have some Takis. That's more recently. You'll have one shelf that on one side, it will be candy bars, and on the other side, random candies that aren't candy bars. You know, like gummy bears and, you know, Twizzlers and stuff like that. And then usually on the end cap of one of those, you'll have the beef jerky. Usually it's Slim Jims and or the Jack's Links. And maybe some variant of whatever local distributor is selling jerky meat in your local market. You'll have another aisle that has non-chip salted snacks. This will be things like, you know, Gardettos and Chex Mix and bags of things like nuts and mixed nuts and trail mix, etc. Bags of pistachios and whatnot. And then you'll have an aisle of just like bare necessities. You know, you might have those little single-serving cereals that you just pour the milk in and eat out of the thing. You might have like, you know, the salted non-TV dinners, you know, the non-frozen TV dinners. I don't know what they're called. Or maybe like a can of ravioli or something like that. Maybe you can get a bag of dog food or cat food if you're lucky. Maybe you can get some ramen. Maybe you can get a can of tuna fish. But not much. Maybe a loaf of bread if you're lucky. If your convenience store is, you know, doing its job. And of course, in one of the coolers, you'll probably have like, you know, half gallons of milk, the different varieties of milk, maybe some tea, sweet tea, unsweet tea, etc. Maybe some lemonade, stuff like that, orange juice. And then, of course, you got the countertop. The countertop usually has a variety of junk, just random junk. It's going to be different every convenience store you go into. As well as the soda pops. One of the countertops will probably have your fountain drinks and whatever your gas station's equivalent of an icy or Slurpee is, depending on, you know, if they have access to the trademark or not. They'll call it something else if they don't. You know, but it's the same thing. It's just sugar and ice and a little bit of Kool-Aid. Sometimes it is actual Kool-Aid. I can't remember which convenience store chain sells the Kool-Aid Freezies. I know I've been to it, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, there is a gas station chain that literally sells actual Kool-Aid brand Kool-Aid Freezies. Or Slurpees, or whatever the fuck they're called. Anyways, and then you might have like one or two aisles of like automotive necessities, like your washer fluid, your standard WD-40 oil. You know, maybe you can get like that little 10-pack of the assorted fuses. Maybe you can get like, I don't know, battery jumper cables or something like the emergency jumper cables, washer fluid, stuff like that. Not much. Just like I said, the bare necessities. And then occasionally you may or may not have a hot foods section at your convenience store, which is where my gripe comes from. A lot of your convenience stores, your hot foods or prepared foods comes in two categories. Well, three categories, depending on how good of a gas station they are. Category 1, a little glass container, plexiglass actually, that is filled with pastries, usually donuts, most often Krispy Kremes or some local variant if you have a local bakery, or if the gas station prepares their own, like Maverick or Circle K does. In addition to that, you have the standard gas station hot roller. The hot roller is your most common amenity at gas stations that sell hot foods. Even your smallest gas station in Podunk Nowheresville will probably have a hot roller with at least hot dogs on it. Maybe tornadoes. Tornadoes, not tornadoes, you freaks. Jesus Christ, learn to speak English, please and thank you. Also, you may or may not have, like, egg rolls, or you may or may not have, like, I don't know, like those little meat, those beef sticks, you know, those seasoned bacon ranch beef sticks or whatever the fuck they are. And then maybe to the side of that, you have a little plexiglass warmer where they have pre-cooked some of the frozen sandwiches, you know, like the pre-cooked meat sandwich or chicken sandwich or a frozen burrito that they pre-cooked, and then they're just keeping it in there to keep it warm so you can buy it and eat it without having to, you know, tie up the microwave or take it home and put it in your own microwave. And occasionally, they'll have the chili cheese station, which offers little packets of nacho chips that you can cover in melted nacho cheese or chili, or some type of chili concoction, we'll call it, that you can also put on your hot dogs if you so desire. That's your pretty standard hot foods. Now, your good primo gas stations, your 7-Eleven, your Maverick, and higher quality gas stations, I don't know all of the chains' names, but they're going to have, above and beyond this, they're going to have hot and ready foods. They're going to have chicken wings of various varieties. You'll have like plain chicken wings, buffalo wings, and then hot wings. They'll probably have a little kiosk thingy that serves individual slices of pizza. Usually it's 3 layers, so the top layer will be like a combination pizza, the middle layer will be your standard pepperoni pizza, and then the bottom layer is just your basic cheese pizza for the freaks that don't have taste buds. Because that's just a cheesy bread, that's not a slice of pizza. But it is what it is. And then you might also have like cheeseburgers and those little things. If you're lucky, and if you're in Texas or somewhere in the South, you might have biscuits and gravy as an option. You might have not Kentucky Fried Chicken, but fried chicken. You might have, you know, country fried, like a little country fried steak sandwich or something like that. You know, a little more variety. Stuff like that. You might have potatoes, potato wedges. You might have French fries of various sizes and types. And you might have like a little more variety in the hot dog variety. You know, things like that. You might have Polish dogs and sausages and stuff like that. Those are your good gas stations. Sometimes you might have, your convenience store might have if they're lazy, they might lease a corner of the rest of the space to a local restaurant, which is good, because then you have like a taco bar, or you can have like, you know, your pretty standard fast food restaurant, miniature, what they call the kiosks, or, you know, the little express, you know, like Subway Express, or Pizza Hut, or Domino's, or, I don't know, what else is there? Burger King, Wendy's, etc., Taco Bell, whatever. Just your little miniature condensed version of your fast food restaurant. Some of your bigger gas stations will have a full, dedicated, whatever that fast food restaurant is, attached to it. Sometimes. Or they'll have like a local restaurant in that space, you know? Like a local Mexican restaurant, or a local, like, cafe-style breakfast diner type restaurant where you can get cheeseburgers and, you know, maybe milkshakes, or, you know, like I said, street tacos and stuff like that. It just depends on the market you're in, the size of the town you're in, and whether or not your gas station convenience store combo has competent management or not. Unfortunately, in the market I live in, I've been to every convenience store in town, and we have one that doesn't suck, and that's the Maverick. We have one Maverick in town, and it's like mediocre at best. It's like not even as good as your standard Maverick. It's better than your, I'm not going to name the local chain, but the local chain fucking balls suck. They suck ass. Suck, suck, suck. They have nothing for hot foods. If you're lucky, they've got the goddamn hot dog roller. Maybe they've got 2-day-old donuts. And sometimes, if you hit them up at the right time of day, they got a stale cheeseburger that was probably cooked at 3 in the morning, and they're not even putting it out until 11 a.m., but it is what it is. Our local gas station convenience stores in the market where I live fucking suck. 100% suck ass. Except for, like I said, the Maverick, which is mediocre. It's not even a great Maverick. It's just, compared to the fucking shit we have around town, it's the best. It's the best gas station in town, and it's not even great. Especially even compared to other Mavericks. We do not even have a 7-Eleven. We do not have a single Circle K that I know of. And I know we don't have a Buc-ee's. I don't know how far away we are from a Buc-ee's, but that's a pipe dream. We're probably too small of a market for a Buc-ee's, I don't know. I'm just going to Google Buc-ee's near me. Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's near me. The closest one... Why is it showing Texas? Oh, because the closest one is Texas. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, never mind. I am so far away from a Buc-ee's, I'll probably never see another one in my life. And there you go. You might have a competent local chain. And if you're lucky and you live in a market that has competition, you might have some good convenience stores. But the market I live in does not have competition to speak of. And our offerings are miserable. Like, miserable. I go to the convenience store. I'll tell you this. There are at least 20 convenience stores in town. A city of about 50,000 people, plus surrounding areas and communities in nearby other cities. Not one of them, not one convenience store in the whole goddamn county sells a single slice of pepperoni pizza. Nowhere in town can I just walk in and get a slice of pepperoni pizza, and that's a goddamn staple of your convenience store, and it pisses me off and it boils my blood that my only option to get a slice of pepperoni pizza is to go to Little Caesars and pay $6 or whatever it is for one of their hot and readies, and then I got a whole fucking 8 slices I don't need. I only wanted a slice of pizza. Or I gotta buy one of those shitty frozen pizzas and cook it in the oven. Or I have to pay out the ass and go to Pizza Hut or Domino's, which I ain't got the money for. But to just walk into a convenience store and grab a $3 slice of pepperoni pizza, I can't do it where I live, and it pisses me off because when I lived in Dallas, every gas station, not only did every gas station in Dallas or in the entire Metroplex sell hot and ready pizza, they did it 24 hours a day. And I am beyond pissed off that we have local gas stations that close, that aren't open 24 hours. Like, I don't care how small of a town you live in, your gas station should always be 24 hours. Always. It's bullshit to ever have a convenience store that closes its doors. Especially when you close at 2 a.m. and reopen at 5 a.m. Why the fuck? You're not saving any money by being closed for 3 hours when you're only paying your worker $8 an hour. You saved $24. You lost more than $24 in sales, dumbass. There's no justifiable reason for a convenience store to be closed between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. It is ridiculous. Anyways, that is the biggest complaint I have about the local gas station market, is I can't just walk in and get a slice of pizza, or a chicken wing, or fucking anything that isn't a goddamn hot dog on a stick, or not even on a stick, on a roller. It sucks. I can't even get a corn dog in town. I used to get corn dogs. I used to get, big-ass pretzels. It fucking sucks.